Yeah, so let's get into the top 3 from last year. And newsflash, they're my top 3 for this year.
Yep. Same.
like, like the one guy that I might interchange in there might be Matt Field over Frederick Osbo because Frederick Osbo's on a new tire,
Yeah.
and that always comes with changes. So maybe I have Frederick Osbo at 4 and Field at 3.
Yeah.
But that might be the only change I would be making here. Frederick Osbo is Frederick Osbo. You don't. There's no introduction you need for him. He's one of the best drivers in the world. He's the guy that I watch, and I watch him get into tricky scenarios, and I'm like, how in the world did you save that? I'll watch him like put it way into the wall. You see the front end going, but then it doesn't go in. I'm like, how did you
Yeah.
do that? Or scenario where he's like really close and the other driver's clearly going to be doing something terrible in very soon nature, and somehow he finds a way to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the most skilled drivers watching him because he's the guy that does the most things where I'm like, how the hell did you do that? He just does magical things with the car, and there's a reason he's is it 3 times he's won it?
Yep.
3-time champ. There's a
3 of
reason for
them.
that. It's because he's one of the
Yep.
best drivers in the world, and he will always be a contention for the championship every year. And there's
100%.
just no way to not have him in your top 3.
Yeah.
I
I genuinely think
although I
that
just kind of had him in my top 4, but it's
yeah.
beside the point.
I think he'll 100% be top 3 championship contender.
Yeah,
Though those I have a very very strong feeling those new tires will do him wonderfully because
which is crazy,
they
you
just
know? Because
work,
can you
you
imagine
know?
2 years ago saying this, that they're switching to Kenda?
Yeah.
Everyone would have been like, "What?"
Man, what? Yeah, those man, those it's night and day from the KR20s to what they are now. It's insane.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that's why, you know. I think they that he won't struggle too much on him. We'll just say that. I think he'll do just fine for sure.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Frederick Osbo, I like where he's at. The Odia Bachis. The guy that I am having at number 1.
Really? Whoa. Whoa.
He's not running a 2-man team. He's got his engine figured out. He's driving Simon's chassis. He's the guy to beat for me this year.
I do think it's his championship to lose this year, for sure.
I think he is a guy on a mission, and there is no more excuses.
I think yeah, I think he would be the like that's pretty cool that he won type of thing, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
shed a little tear that he won. But if I had to put my money on it, I think James Dean's winning the championship. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean,
But
let's be honest here. You never bet against James Dean. That's just a rule in betting.
yeah,
You don't.
yeah,
But for me, I have Odie Bachis at 1, James Dean at 2, and it sounds insane saying that, but
yeah.
I just got a feeling. You know,
I want to have that feel like my. Now it's the opposite. My gut's saying OD won, but my brain's saying James Dean's gonna be James Dean and
yeah, right.
be at number 1 again.
Exactly.
It's just, I think it'll be super close this year. I think OD, as like a program and a driver, will be so dialed in. But
I
like
like
James
Phil's
is
comment
equally
here.
as dialed in.
I like Phil's comment. He's like, the only excuse Odie has is James Dean.
Yeah, it's like I expect that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if like 4 out of the 8 rounds this year, it's Odie and James in the finals, and it's gonna be a bloodbath every time. You know.
You know, what kind of turned me on to Odie was watching his last 2 rounds,
Yeah.
where he
No, yeah.
showed he can outdrive James Dean if he wants to.
Yeah.
He shows he has
Okay,
the better
Utah.
setup car, the faster car. He can do it.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to do it this year.
I mean, he just honestly he has it where he could put it together. He's won Long Beach multiple times. He's won Atlanta. Don't know if he's won Orlando. Hasn't won at Englishtown. Don't know if he's won at St. Louis. Won Seattle. Won Utah. Won Irwindale. So it's like first two, last three. Like he has all the
That's a
cards in his
championship winning
favor.
season right there, right?
Yeah, he has the cards in his favor to win 5 out of the 8 rounds this year. Will he? I don't know. Maybe.
And here's my thing with James Dean. Obviously the best drifter of all time. I don't even think that's a question. I don't even know how you would argue against that.
Yeah.
And obviously the betting favorite for the year. Of course, who's going to bet against James Dean? But the thing I always thought was really interesting was look at how many car problems Ben Hobson had last year.
Yeah.
And magically, I mean, James blew his nitrous system up practicing at Long Beach.
Yeah.
On media
his
day.
car caught on fire.
How lucky do you have to get to where, like, and the crazy thing is he went through like 3 or 4 diffs at Irwindale, but it didn't matter because he'd already won the championship.
Yeah.
And what if that happened at any other round?
You also got to realize that RTR is incredibly unreliable, but you got 12 dudes and girls and a couple $1 million to throw into the program, and you got yourself a car that will always be ready to go when come battle. I don't think
But what's
I don't know.
The likelihood that all 8 rounds that incredibly unreliable car doesn't mess up one battle? Even an early battle.
It seems like the only battle that he messed up last year that he put a foot wrong with car issues was maybe Seattle. I don't even know if it was there, but like,
right.
It just seems like no matter what, as long as the car has nitrous, not even if it has nitrous, if the car can run and it's not misfiring and breaking down halfway down the straight, he'll be fine,
Yeah.
And back to Odie, I do think Odie has what it takes to put it together. It's just putting every other thing together. Like I'm looking at the past season stuff like on my computer right now. His 2021 season was so freaking impressive. Atlanta, win. Orlando, 3rd. Englishtown, 16. Erie, 3rd. Monroe, 32. St. Louis, 8. Long Beach, Irwindale wins. So we won 3 rounds and podiumed at 5, but he only got 3rd in championship because you just got to have the whole season tying together, So
yeah, no,
it's interesting.
I don't think James is going to get that lucky this year. I think something's going to happen.
Yeah,
at least one round, if not 2. Out. I think something's going to happen, and in an unopportune time where they're not able to fix it, and I think that's what's gonna open the door.
Maybe so. I don't know. I think James is just so good of a driver that he's used to that car now, and now he's going to be driving it twice as much in Europe, and car breaks. They have the resources to fix it. That's 100%. All I'm saying.
So it's going to be such a crazy fight this year, and I'm hopeful that someone else pops in there and makes some noise, like a Matt Field, Connor Shanahan. One of these guys is going to pop in and start, maybe a Brandon Sorensen, something like that.
Yeah.
And start really, pushing some of these guys to pass their limits,
Yeah.
In
I
that.
think there's like 10 people who could like
Oh yeah,
win a round this year.
oh yeah,
Like
10
every
people
round.
easily, and I think probably 7 or 8 of them can make an attempt, especially if James has a carb troubled season,
Yeah.
which keep in mind he has he how many years did it take him to win the championship in the RTR? It was 3, 2.
Two. Two.
Gotcha.
First year. First year,
Denofa won.
no cigar. Second year, wins it by a landslide.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we'll see definitely this year how it all plays out. But